Hello and welcome to another FS19 mod review. So we're looking at something a bit different to the norm today. In front of us we've got the Selvatici Serie 150/95 spading machine. So this is a crankshaft type spading machine. Something I have personal experience of, as we actually own the slightly larger 2008 model, and I work for the UK importer of these machines. So this one is the small 1808, which is at 1.8 meters wide. Now you'll have to look through the tractors in the shop to find something small enough to fit on this one. It says it needs 95 horsepower. The actual real machine needs between 50 and 95, and it'll work between 10 and 35 centimeters deep. So very accurate in its construction. It has the 2-speed gearbox fitted, which is optional on the real machines. Lots of detail on it. It has got some simple IC on here as well. You can see little X's come up down there, which I can actually get in the right place. We can add the link balls in there. We've got the depth stands on the front here. In the parking position at the moment. They would have more holes in on the real ones. That's how you set the working depth of the machine. Everything else is fairly true to the real one. So after looking through the shop and trying to find them, I was trying to use a 90 series Fiat tractor, but they're a bit wide. We've had to go with the Zeta here. It actually fits nicely inside the width of this tractor. You see the lift arms are all set correctly for this. So with the balls in there as well, fits as it should do. Have another look now, it's on the tractor. So PTO shaft all appears as correctly. Got the hinged rear door on the back. Now if you're looking for this in the shop, it's under power harrows. It has the effect of a subsoiler, however. We actually use it instead of ploughing on a Farmall 85A, as you've seen in the inserted video. Put out on the channel a week ago. So 1.8 meters wide, it is not something you'd want to do the biggest fields with, for obvious reasons. So it just fits nicely inside the width of this tractor. Have it on 190 up here. You'll see why I've changed tractors when we look at it. So this is why we changed. As you can see, the tractor's a lot wider. We struggle with the 2008 model that the tractor is 2 inches wider on each side. That matches up fine for what we're doing. So animation wise, they have got this very accurate. So lots of animation there with the crankshaft, with the action of the spades. So for those who like doing the vegetable side of things, or looking forward to more vineyardy type things in the game, this will fit in well with that. Every one of those rotating parts at the top there has a bearing on. It does take a little while to grease these up. So, correct in the fact it bounces along quite a lot as we're using it, and the saw does flip like that. Now it says it will do 10k forward speed. If you actually tried that in real life, it wouldn't like it very much, shall we say. This is about the speed that we would normally work it at. You know this is a steep field that I've come onto here. Coming downhill is fine, as you can see. Very good if the ground is wet, because that helps to push the tractor along as well. Very nice little mod, which has had a lot of work put into it. See, there's a lot of animation work in there to get everything to go right. You usually get wheel spin doing this. I've used ours in some incredibly wet conditions through some wet holes, and it just keeps pushing us along. So it's due to the mods I've got in this one, as you can see. Add the realism mods in here, you can have great fun with them. If we actually try it with the other tractor there, you'll see that's fine with the speed going up the hill. This one is a slightly larger tractor. So the little Zeta is 96 horsepower, and as it says in the shop it's 95. That one's right borderline. As this one being 100, as you can see, no problem at all. So this range goes up to 2.45 meters. Starts at a metre wide. There are other ranges in the Selvatici catalogue which go wider and a lot bigger and heavier than these. Our little 2 metre one is around 800 kilos. They are fairly heavy for what they are. Just makes a change to have something a bit unusual in the game. So we have a look at these in the shop now. For some reason, although they've got the function of a subsoiler, in reality they have the function of a plough as well. They're under power harrows. Given these leave a nice loose finish, you wouldn't actually use it as a power harrow. They're not a cheap machine at £9,500. There's a lot of metal in them and a very hefty gearbox on them. So no options, because to be fair, other than a row of spiked hoods there is nothing more you can put on these. They are what they are. You see there's a lot of work gone into these with the nuts, bolts, pins and everything. So complex mod in terms of what's been done in there with the amount of nuts, bolts and pins and animations, but very well put together and a very accurate little mod. Yes, there is a 25-metre distance between this working and pedestrians, as it will throw things a decent way if it hits them wrong. But that's where we'll be leaving this mod review. So I'll put a link to this in the description, but it is on the in-game mod hub. But for now I'll say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again in the next one. Goodbye for now.